Hello again, it's Joey John Maguire. I'm in a newfound pub. It's the Golden Lion. Forgotten the name of the brewery, but it's a wonderful pub, absolutely immaculate. A credit to the brewery and the management. Well run, lovely, friendly staff, good ale. Been coming here a week now, and haven't had a bad pint. That's pretty good for London. I'm about to recite the second of two poems written in the early hours of this morning. It's called You're Nicked. It's about crime and doing time. I have never done time, ever. I don't think there's one of us is a saint. I'm sure I must have done something wrong in my lifetime. Whether or not it's a crime or not, well, we'll never know. It's called You're Nicked, done in the early hours of this morning. Just remember, my son, mega heists often carry a hefty price tag. They seldom run smoothly, and more often than not, someone innocent always seems to get hurt. Don't let anyone tell you doing time is a doddle, for they are the ones who you'll see will crumble first, for they are the kidders, the wise boys full of their own. Not only do they kid themselves, they're also kidding you. It could be said to be true that a few months in an open prison never did anyone any harm. But most go on to re-offend, and after 2 years in our category A, there'll be those who turn to poetry, and after 5 years, all the statisticians agree, there will be those who turn to God, born again to live again, for somehow life must carry on. Putting all abuses aside, the list too long and painful to mention, mostly coming under the heading of physical and sexual. There's nothing much to write home about. With your freedom gone, every day passes pretty much like clockwork. Boredom is always waiting for the on-schedule dinner gong. There'll always be a willing ear, but don't expect any sympathy. These guys are criminals and psychopaths, not nannies and saints. And don't for 1 minute presume that time will share the burden of bird with you, for time will move on, leaving you to stagnate. It is needed on the outside, though it will come to taunt you in the quiet of every night, constantly laughing hysterically in your face. You see, son, time explains quite emphatically why the clever ones are on the outside. They are the ones to sleep without nightmares. Only a fool chooses a locked cage as opposed to freedom. And if you think being tough will come to your rescue, then think again, for I have witnessed men as tough as steel, with ox-like constitutions, cry like babies when confined. Keep going the way you are, down that slippery slope. You will no doubt find out for yourself. There are plenty of men like you canned up like sardines. They can't wait for you to join them, more than willing to share their cancerous psychologies with anyone daft enough to listen. So all that remains is for you to heed this warning. Petty morphs into heinous, without much thought in the criminal world. And even if you escape the clutches of the law at the time, your sin will follow you, as you spend the rest of your life nervously looking behind you, hiding in corners, looking out from the shadows, guarding all your exits, and every single utterance that passes your lips, and you will be waiting, apprehensive and waiting, for that heavy tap on your shoulder and those hard, plunging words that will say, "You're nicked."